Great pronunciation.
Oh, thank you. I had a good crash course by a very wonderful commentator.
As far as I know, both have female sprites, but I think both are male.
Yes. All right. Looks like we're getting started today. Oh, some similar starts here. Both players picking up 3 bombs. Always really nice to have right before Kakariko.
Very things start. Oh, a red crystal on Eastern Palace and 2 blues. That's very nice to see 3 crystals in the light world.
Yeah, certainly very promising, at least for an early start to have a relatively faster seed, right? You always kind of want to hope that, dungeons like Mire and TR Independence, not only are they, some of the longest dungeons in the game, there are much higher item requirements in order to complete them.
Tier 1 pull is full magic, that's nice to see.
Oh my gosh, how fortunate are these runners getting early sword in the mushroom spot?
And both runners skipping the lumberjack ledge for the moment. That's totally usual, and you see you don't need that triple. Little divergence now.
Yeah, it seems like Illus most likely will head south to Kakariko. This is a very common, common continuation. Thalane also doing something, very commonly seen is usually saving out of the Lost Bliss drop because walking out is, quite slow. And of course, he probably just wants to, explore with that new sword, how nice South Shore is.
That's totally a play, but you might come out unhandy because of the loaded Kakariko. Maybe there are many items in there. And you have 3 bombs, so yeah, both totally fine, I guess. Whoa, that's money.
Speaking of treasure, on the Thalane side, we saw a sword in the sunken treasure spot. Master Sword, so. Pretty much at 2.5 minutes in, is certainly really nice.
Quite camouflage in blue sword and water.
That's right. And that Master Sword would go really well with Illus's hair color.
Yeah. Could have picked yellow hearts because of the yellow surrounding or orange. Oh, and there's a lamp.
Oh, that's no dark runes for our runners today, which I'm certain there will be. They're both very experienced, and I have every confidence in them that they're able to do every single dark room in this game. However, having that lamp is just a much more convenience and quality of life improvement.
I believe they don't want to find the lamp. Usually you want to find fire rod, and yeah, then you go lampless. That's an item you want to not find.
You certainly raise a good point. The fire rod is, a requisite fire source in many cases. And more importantly, as you said, if you don't find a lamp, you don't do dark rooms. And given that Thalane has already found the Master Sword, not having that lamp might, give them some hope that they may not have to do Aga today.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe there's something important on the ledge.
Right,
yeah, the merchant
like
not being nice.
Huh?
Sorry. Yeah, go.
No. I wasn't gonna. I was just gonna say that Illus looks like he's just about done with his Kakariko wrap, so most likely he'll, also make his way down to South Shore.
We see that very soon. We see a save and quit here if that's not important, and then, yep, and then we start and do especially the same route like Thalane. I just was saying the bottom merchant wasn't very nice today.
Yes, it's whenever you can pay somebody 100 rupees and get anything less than that back is never pleasant.
Oh yeah, we got a sword, so we can go escape.
Ah, Yes, Illus definitely proving my predictions wrong, as expected. Taking instead of going to South Shore, I'm sure Escape has something nice.
Yeah, with the lamp, the dark room is in logic, so I believe that those are more items here to find. I'm not sure. No, that not more, but maybe depends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Meanwhile, Illus visiting his uncle, finding some matching apparel for his hair color, in addition that he will eventually get with his master sword.
Another thing is maybe Illus finds enough rupees to do a Zora. We will see.
Yeah, given that Caprico had quite a bit of money, if the Thalane has the patience of skipping the bottom ender, I'm sure he never will do that. He will actually. Both runners would have probably ended up with enough money for Sora.
So far, many scams. Not really progress.
It's always kind of maybe it's an omen that we did see simultaneous scams, right? Thalane ended up buying his 20 rupees off of the bottom vendor at the same time that Illus opened up the first chest of escape that had a single green rupee.
Yeah, and on the library, the single error.
Maybe it's we're just getting all of our bad items out of the way early.
Oh, the mirror! You want to see that on the escape. Totally saves time.
Yeah, that mirror will give Illus quite a bit of mobility inside the dungeon, and certainly, a lot of accessibility between the light and dark worlds.
Small problems, but fix it. I believe Thalane is going for the escape route now too. Or Eastern, but thinking of the lamp. Yeah, it's Eastern, okay. Take Hylia check.
Yeah, certainly I would expect, given that Thalane is going this route, he will at least visit Sashwala. Given that Eastern is a crystal and he doesn't quite have the bow, he may or may not choose to dip. I've definitely seen some divergent opinions on runners on whether or not they want to complete Eastern.
So just a red rupee on Zora, on here on the Hylia Island. So that's one item less. Oh, and here's our bottle for the sick kid. And no key, I believe, so we have to go from the backside as soon as we get the glove. And there's the moon pearl.
That is,
smells like Aghanim.
Really, yeah, you kind of wonder what's going on in Hyrule these days when Sahasrara has the moon pearl just sitting in his back closet. Like, what are we working for here?
Well, Aghanim's now totally in logic. We hope to see like a hammer and the glove, but I guess chances are pretty low now. I mean, that could change if we get a glove and a hookshot. We have plenty of more checks, but we see.
Yeah, certainly,
so Illus,
as you mentioned. No,
sorry.
Go ahead. I don't know.
No, you go first.
Oh no. Well, I'm glad we took a small pause there because Thalane pulling out the hookshot here in Crystal Eastern. That is quite the find. And, as you mentioned, having the hookshot once they find the glove with that lamp, Death Mountain will also be in logic, which will net them certainly a good number of more checks. Let's say up in Paradox Cave.
Yeah, we'll see if they actually do it, or if one runner decides to gamble and think like this is an Aghanim seed, and as soon as I do it, I would have a lead if it is. I mean, there's two options you have. Either you avoid Aghanim, or you go for him.
Yeah, and this is definitely not an easy decision to make, right? Climbing Aga Tower, or climbing Castle Tower here to fight Ag 1 is very much a time investment. So if you are willing to take this risk or make this decision, it is going to be like a multi-minute difference between you and your opponent.
I think Agina's Cave is quite a gamble too now. And you can say Aghanim Tower and Castle Tower. I think both are right. The game calls it in a Kisanity Castle Tower, while it is called Aghanim's Tower by the game too.
It's you know, the game is always happy to give us multiple options for the same thing.
Okay, Agina was not the play. That's not nice to see. And Illus is going for Aghanim straight away, not spending time in Eastern. Could be the play. Or could not. Depends on what thalane finds now.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Eastern Palace item layout isn't the most convenient because there was a dungeon item in the big chest, and of course, people are always hoping that they're able to find progression there in the instead of the big key chest. Speaking of progression,
that's not really progression, by the way. Ah, so close, but it is an Aghanim seed. The hammer is not opening up anything. That's only Agina left for thalane, and thalane decides to not search for the glove at Agina. Which is the right call. So hammer is not opening up anything. Oh no, thalane wasn't even in the escape, okay.
Yeah, right. So I mean, you're certainly correct about the fact that Agina will only have just one more item. So like the chances of that item being a glove is pretty low, right? As opposed to he's could do all of escape, and then certainly once he finds that mirror, he can do Dark Cross, and then assuming he doesn't see anything else, he has very quick access to the rest of the tower.
Yeah, I mean, he skipped Aghanim for quite a long time. And if he wanted to skip Aghanim even farther, like checking everything before doing Aghanim, that's totally a play if you want to do that. And then you would have checked Agina's first before going here, just to be safe that you checked every option. But I believe it's a good call too. I hope thalane is not saving quitting after escape, but I can't imagine that.
Yeah, as you said, it's hard to imagine where else he would go other than Agina.
Yeah, just one check for Agina, then is totally not what you want. So you either put that in front of the escape sequence because it's the only check remaining after the escape, or you just skip it and do Aghanim then. But again, thalane could have done that earlier.
Right, yeah. So every indication kind of points him to Castle Tower after this. As we're busy trying to predict what our runners here are trying to do, Illus has made his way up the tower and is ready to figure out how many blue balls we have today.
You released the bee.
Haven't you always wanted a side plate to help you fight Aghanim?
I'm not sure if the bee follows into the next room, but it just costs some sprites. No, it doesn't follow. Let's see. No one guessed. Oh, 4. The only guess was 4 blue balls. That's our first.
I am hoping that it will not come down to that many. But of course, after I've said that,
commentators cursed. Yeah, we actually know that it is an Aghanim seed now because the only check in logic was left was Agina. By the way, it could have been avoided maybe if there was a glove in by a waterfall cave or at Zora, but both of them are not in logic. But you could have done it, maybe. Could have wasted more time.
Yeah, that's certainly a risk that I'm sure both runners are very cognizant of. Both of them are certainly, as you said, very capable of fake flippering and doing these checks. But if they kind of end up not needing it later, maybe they have to double back or backtrack, and that just wastes them more time if you have to go too much out of logic.
Yeah, it's always a good option.
So is this 4?
I think it was 3, but I lost count. I think 3, but not sure. A nice frog here, because Illus didn't pick up the Moon Pearl yet. Totally an advantage of thalane. And that's our 3rd sword. Now we have a Super Bunny, but we lose it right now.
Illus is choosing to go further. He having the mirror looks like he can do some more efficient routing here and be able to combo visiting Sahasrara and I guess part of Eastern or Pod.
I think Illus never went to the sorcerer. He did went to the sorcerer. But where was the Moon Pearl again?
The Moon Pearl was in the back of Sahasrara's closet.
Okay. Oh, you see, the bottle glitch is armed. I think Illus now knows where the Moon Pearl is, because that's the last location, like, where it could be.
Yeah, I think, in the midst of all of this, after thalane had visited Dark Class, it reminded me that I believe now, after getting our first bottle, Sikyed is officially open. So maybe there's one more check that's available, but I'm sure Illus is most likely thinking that the more item-dense location of Sahasrara's closet, is probably where the Moon Pearl is.
Yeah. And did you see the map check? Misery Mire and Turtle Rock both being crystals, Turtle Rock even the red one. Oh man, and Thief Town and Ice Palace and Palace of Darkness are all 3 pendants. By the way, Palace of Darkness green pendant, French vanilla, something like that.
Yeah, French chocolate, cross-world vanilla, something.
So Illus, now armed with the Moon Pearl, can proceed to Eastern and doing pot, getting all checks, but I guess no, but yeah, not the boss, except finding the bow of them. Because of that armed bottle glitch. Yeah, I was thinking why Illus released the bee before Aghanim, but now I know.
Yeah, so sometimes it's these runners have like the next 10 steps or something, all planned out.
And
and we're just here for the ride.
That's a shame for Illus going to Palace of Darkness first, because we know the hammer is in Eastern Palace, but there are bigger chances are that the hammer is here. Too bad.
Yeah, and so Illus has quite a history of Palace of Darkness being a pendant and him not having the best relations in that case. So I'm sure once he kind of clears out what he can in Pod the first time, he'll mirror do some Eastern. He will. This will only.
Oh, the bow!
His opinion. Oh my gosh! What a Eastern Pod combo here.
Yeah, as soon as Illus getting the hammer from Eastern Palace, Illus can go into Palace of Darkness once again just to finish the boss. We will see if Illus decides to do that. I'm not sure, that's 1 item, or maybe 2. Depending on the item layout.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what thalane does here in the Palace of Darkness Eastern combination here.
I believe Thalane is arming the bottle too. Yes, and then or even check Hype Cave first. Yes.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes, actually,
some
this
hype.
is actually quite of a. Sorry.
No, I'm just calling for hype.
Oh yes, oh yes, yeah, yeah. So hopefully this will certainly be of some benefit to Thalane, just because he ended up getting the Moon Pearl early. He was able to kind of go this route, whereas Illus was not able to.
Yeah,
Nice
only
chest
the
turn at
book.
the end there. Yeah, the book it's definitely very interesting. Having some early swords, definitely gives them easy access to the tablets.
That's true. By the way, we just have access to one tablet now. We're still licking those power gloves.
Yeah. Speaking of which, looks like Thalane, after picking up the book of Hype Cave, is beelining into the Bombos tablet, going to slightly delay his trips to the Palace of Darkness in the eastern area.
We're not yet sure if Thalane is going to Palace of Darkness. There are plenty other options, like going to the village of the outcast or something.
Yeah, looks like he is going to try and clear out the rusted desert, being a crystal. He has, and having the book as an entry, and he has a fire source, being the lamp. He can basically clear out this entire dungeon.
Yeah, hopefully. Depends on the torch.
I guess he still needs a glove, huh?
Yeah, he needs a glove and he needs boots. So if there is a small or a big key on the torch, that's a problem. And again, just 2 items. I'm not sure if that's worth, but as you are here... Pillars of Darkness is not really paying out, except for the bow. So, this will be interesting. Illus can get the first crystal now here, because Illus has the bow. And he will find the hammer on his way. So Illus can decide whether or not going into Palace of Darkness, getting the boss is worth it. I didn't count the items very well. I'm not sure if the boss has another item except for the green planet item.
Yeah, unfortunately, you and I are in the same boat here. So yes, it's really been very interesting to see whether or not Illus chooses to take some more time investment in picking up that green pendant.
Yeah, it's not really a long dungeon to go to the boss. I mean, the dungeon basically extends into 3 directions. And yeah, the boss is one of them.
Alright, unfortunately, Thalane, being able to only do the right side finds 2 dungeon items, so Desert still has the same number of items that it had starting out.
Not what you want to see. Thalane picking up the portal again. I believe Thalane is... Yeah, not because of the hammer, Thalane would be heading to Palace of Darkness, I believe so. But... Again, the left side of... No, it's not. See? The village of the outcast is open, so Thalane is going there.
Yeah, so far, both runners seem to really want to be able to stay in logic.
Yeah, Thalane, however, skipping the grumpy fish for the moment. Will come back there, I think, with a mirror. Maybe wants to have the bow or the flippers to get the other Lightbird checks there. Illus could do so with a splash deletion. Maybe. If Illus remembers how to reset that error problem. Once you've beaten Armor's Knights, you have a little error problem. Yeah, bow and ham in Eastern, I mean bow and Palace of Darkness, hammer in Eastern, that's quite reversed.
You know, if we have a crystal in Eastern and a green pendant in pod, you know, what's wrong with having a bow in pod and a hammer in Eastern?
Too bad it's a red crystal here, elsewise it would have been more hilarious.
Alright, looks like thalane is making his way north. You know, so one actually point of divergence from game one was that after both runners ended up finding their way to the Dark World, Illus ended up going north, taking a very similar route to what thalane just did. Ended up picking up the boots in near Pyramid, whereas thalane went south. So I'm curious maybe if that influenced part of his decision today.
Maybe, but with the different items find, I can understand both routes, because Illus basically was searching everything, like hookshot, hammer, didn't really have the opportunity. Wow! And a gold sword!
The items that we found in Eastern today have been, I would say, pretty good, right?
I would say so. So we found a sword, we found the hammer, and the hookshot in Eastern. I think that's totally awesome.
And maybe Hypecube just moved to Eastern.
And Illus is not deciding to not go into Palace of Darkness. If it was only for the green pendant, I didn't count items, as I said, then I totally understand that if there were 2 items, then I think I would have done it for the time save. It's not that long. Illus heading north too? No, Illus heading to Hype Cave first. Probably the same routing as thalane just did.
Meanwhile, thalane is inside Skullwoods here, unfortunately without the fire rod, but is hoping to find some progression as well. So far, I think I've only seen dungeon items and keys. Maybe nothing else of note.
Indeed. Proceeding to Village of the Outcast. We hunger for that glove.
Yeah, gloves would be super nice for mobility, and access. Boots also would be super nice for mobility.
I mean, oh, they are the first gloves in C-shaped house.
The third axe, thank you so much for your commentator's blessing.
Yeah, that's what we really wanted to see, and now I want to see mids. That basically would open the whole Death Mountain, and that would be not very cool.
Thalane inside Feasttown, inside Pendant Feasttown once again, just like yesterday. We will see if he ends up going just to do the first 4 items or decide to continue in the back.
So what you want to find in the front are basically the compass, the map, and the small key, along with the big key.
Did I say something about commentator's blessing? I'm pretty sure I said blessing here.
Oh god, no.
Okay, if something here is in Feasttown, it is wrong. I'm gonna totally blame you for this.
Okay, this is even what was first chest? I missed that one.
I think it was also just it was a trash item.
So it could be 2 items left there. Not bad. Illus skipping the grumpy fish too, the catfish, and besides, yeah, to take this one here too, because if you don't take this check here right now, what Illus is now doing, then you will skip it forever. And Sikkit is giving us a green rupee. It would be so hilarious if that would have been the glove.
Yeah, that is the other green rupee to take that with our matching green rupee that we found in Hyrule Castle.
If there would have been a glove on Sikkit, that would
Oh.
be horrible.
I would have questioned the seed roller at that point.
Yeah, I wonder why Illus did skip Catfish. I mean, Illus could have gotten Catfish, then doing Splash Deletion, Waterfall Cave, and Zora, and even look for Zora's Ledge. That would have been nice, I think.
Do you need a glove to get past that area and to get to Catfish?
No. Yes. You're right. You need to have a glove. Damn.
They've already visited the dam. Alright, looks like Thalane is making his way with this mirror to kind of pick up the mirror checks, I think, that he ended up not getting in the South Shore.
Yeah, and again, we're searching for progress. We don't have very much checks left. I mean, with the glove, basically, the Light World Death Mountain is opened, including Tower of Hera and everything on the east side. But I think that's pretty much the last location, unless you want to go in deep for Thieves Town. Oh, back of escape. Okay.
Oh, yes. Thalane reminding, I think probably both of us, it seems like, that the back of escape does exist.
With everything I said.
Yeah, so early.
With everything I said in the last 5 minutes.
Oh, no,
Counting so far, not opening the last chest because there was the small key. Oh, that's pro play.
I'm gonna give Thalane some grief there, not switching to the mirror and mirroring out to Sanctuary here to kind of balance things out on your side. But yeah, but speaking of which, it looks like he is ready to, with that hookshot in hand, go straight up to Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's, I believe, the best play you can do there, because there are the most items left for Thalane. And it gives another starting location, and you can check this one here. But again, I'm disappointed that Illus didn't go for Catfish and the other Zora checks there, but yeah, you can't without the glove. Man.
So certainly Illus is, as you said, capable of going out of logic to pick Flipper and at least making the Zora and Waterfall checks. But I've certainly seen him in the past in tournament runs to try and stay probably as within logic as he can.
Yeah, and there's the glove for Illus. Yeah, it was because of the glove that Illus didn't go there, I think. I totally missed that stone there. Played too much overworld glitches in last time.
So far, in terms of routing, though, go ahead.
No, I just was going to say the same thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say it seems like actually both runners have actually made some fairly efficient routings based on their decisions. They're able to not only isolate any checks. For example, as you mentioned, Graveyard Ledge was done by both of them, and as well as they're able to combo a lot of the things that they kind of missed the first time around. Sick Kid, doing Village of Outcasts, together.
Just an heart in here. Yeah, well, we're searching basically for anything that gives us progress here. I mean, the boots would not be nice because the boots would not open that much. But I mean, another glove would be cool. A fire rod would totally be nice. But I think a glove is what you actually looking for.
A glove is certainly requisite. It looks like, because Turtle Rock is a crystal, we'll also need the fire rod as well. But yeah, in terms of boots, I think I want to say the Desert Woods boots locked. I guess I have forgotten since the last time that Thalane was in desert. But certainly, even if there weren't boots locked, you always want the boots to be able to move faster.
Yeah, the boots would not open that much. That's what I'm saying. But
right, yeah.
See, actually, what you want to see is you want the items you need in the order that they open as few checks as possible from starting with the first room to the end, because then your locations where you need to search are fewer.
That was never more exemplified than Game 1 yesterday. Because what ended up happening in Game 1 was part of what Illus had found was he found, I think, myths pretty late. And so as he was searching for progression, he was locked out a lot of myths locked locations, whereas Thalane found myths pretty early, so his, the entire world was open to him. Alright, looks like we do actually have some divergence here from both our runners. Illus making his way through the back of Thieves' Town, whereas Thalane picks up the myths, as you said, in the Tower of Hera.
I feel bad for Illus. Because going at the back of Thieves' Town, you want something to... they wanted to achieve something by it. And Thalane finding that myths, I thought myths would be the next item, because they open a lot now. And as Thalane is on Death Mountain, Thalane can check whole Death Mountain now. These are, I don't even know how many checks there are on Death Mountain now. There are a lot of checks.
This certainly opens up a Super Money Cave for Thalane, as well as a Shop Cave. And the Floating Island item, I'm not sure if we ended up seeing that early.
No, not yet. We couldn't have seen it. But we can and we can get information about the medallion needed. Information is always good to have, since that's the last dungeon you want to do.
Yeah, speaking of information, we have not picked up any medallions, so even if they have the requisite progression items in terms of action, they'll still need to pick up at least one medallion to enter both Mire and Turtle Rock.
And there's our first medallion, Commentator's Blessing.
You've blessed them for so many items.
That was you, of the medallion. Speaking of medallions. It's not the one you need for Turtle Rock. That would have been huge, but we not yet know if it's required for Maya. Yeah, it's huge. Or if you need that medallion for Turtle Rock or Maya, or for Ice Palace, because the Fire Rod could be in Ice Palace.
Classic Bombos locking Fire Rod. I certainly hope that doesn't come to be the case today.
That would be very bad for Thalane. Oh wow, there's the Sumaria in Hookshot Cave.
Thalane, I'm sure, is very happy to see that item, given how long he spent trying to find that item in Game 1.
Yeah, Bombos is actually... If you have no information about the medallion dungeons, then Bombos is the medallion which has the highest chance for being needed because of Ice Palace. So it's not 1/3 for each medallion, but yeah, it's a bit higher for Bombos being needed.
Yeah, Bombos certainly seems to have more functionality. Oh my gosh!
Oh, and there's the medallion for Turtle Rock, so we can get the first chest out of Turtle Rock. Wow.
Yeah, speaking of, before Thalane came up here, right? I think we were missing entry, we're missing things to get into Turtle Rock, and we're missing both rods, and now magically we found at least half the requirements.
I'm sure Illus will head there too soon, but yeah. Wow! This basically opens up whole Turtle Rock except for the boss. And I'm not sure if that's a hint to go right into Turtle Rock or just to clear everything else. Wow.
It would certainly not surprise me if Thalane decides to take a peek at least in Turtle Rock.
So Bombo's at least not needed for Ice Palace. And Illus heading for Death Mountain. Maybe checks Lumberjack Ledge too at first. I would not be surprised to either see the check or not. And we see it. So I believe Thalane.
He's gonna finish up Super Money Cave for sure,
yeah.
And then we'll see what he ends up doing after this.
What do you think? What would you do with Thalane's items?
What I would do? Okay. What I would do is probably nowhere close to what Thalane would do, but I would personally take a dip.
Yeah, I would do a dip too, and it appears like Thalane is doing that too, finding the powder gives one check basically, but I'm not sure if that's needed. And Turtle Rock has so many items and everything is just pointing to Turtle Rock except for the ice rod, but that could be there too. I mean, there could be the flute in there, there could be the flippers in there, although we may not need flippers in this seat. But basically from the logic, yes, but...
Oh yeah, right. But as you said, right, we're certainly we logically need those flippers, but because flippers open up, in this case, Pendant Swamp Palace, we really want flippers to basically never appear or appear very, very late.
And the sound switch to Thalane. Now I'm pronouncing it English.
I'm sorry for being your English counterpart.
I believe that's because the German community decided that Thalane is quite leading now. And I would agree to that. Anything can turn this around, but Thalane did fewer non-needed checks. Thalane is still searching for the bow, but that's on the way. Well, nearly. And we don't know about the second. Very nice hookshot. Just with the fourth torch you hookshot, that's nice. A pot is a pendant. Well, it's the pendant you would check, but still it's a pendant.
Yeah, it certainly would not surprise me, given that Thalane is going to visit Paths of Darkness and Eastern, fairly late in his game. That maybe once he visits Paths, he finds the bow and he'll just mirror right out.
Yes, I think so. So what do we need? We need the flute.
We still might need Quake. We don't know what the entry medallions in Misery Mire is.
Yes.
We certainly need that classic elusive ice rod.
And we of course need boots. So boots, flute, and ice rod, I believe, and maybe a medallion or not. Is basically what we need on progress items. There always could be fetch quests. So Illus now getting those mids, and I believe Illus is not happy about that. The bombos were in back of T-Stone. It would be huge for Illus if this bombos is needed. That would give Illus Yeah, what Illus actually needs time.
And we did see a Moldorm fight with a gold sword on Illa's side. Slightly faster than what thalane did, but I mean, the difference right now between a gold sword and a temper sword is, I would say, quite negligible.
Indeed.
Illus most likely briefly taking a crystal lead over thalane, having finished Hera and Eastern, putting Illus at 2 crystals, whereas thalane has 1 currently.
But thalane nearly finished with Turtle and Turtle is a long dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We will see.
Absolutely agree.
We will see if Illus is moving into Turtle Rock 2, and we will see if Turtle Rock, or here this check, no, this check not, but if Turtle Rock actually turns out to be something useful. I mean, there is the laser bridge ahead.
You know, as a viewer, player, and commentator, I have never seen progression being on Laser Bridge before. I don't know what races you've been watching.
Well, there will be a small key on Laser Bridge. So 3 more items. No, I believe did we find... I'm not sure about the dungeon items yet. I didn't see the menu right here. Yes, 3 more items. Okay. Oh no, 2. Only 2. We need 2 small keys. Whoa, what is this? Hard speed.
This is the adrenaline rush that thalane wants when he's low on health.
I think this is the double hard speed. Wow.
You know, at least on the bright side, at least this is as fast as the heartbeats can go.
Oh. Well, the heart speed fits the actual health. Like how I feel with half and heart.
Yeah, especially trying to take on Laser Bridge here.
Yeah, safe exit for sure. Ah, and the tracker is switching the sounds because of the heart speed. You want your sound to be unusable? Use double heart speed.
You know, being on only half heart. Oh, well,
that's
being on half heart. Yeah, thalane can't even use iframes to his advantage. But you know, given that he looks like he has decided to refill his health, he is able to, if he wants to take another dive, use iframes to get that chest. It turns out he didn't need it this time around.
That's $50. So that's the flippers. Oh god, that could lead to something. And the bomb, so the boss will have... Oh, I didn't see the first item here, but I think the boss will have the other dungeon items. Other dungeon item.
Yes, I believe we did not see the map there in Laser Bridge, so I certainly agree with your assessment. Yeah, but as you mentioned about you want to find progression items in the order that in which they unlock the least amount of items in order, yeah, Pendant Swamp now is fully available to these runners.
This is not fine. This is not what you want. You want to see the flute. The ice rod and the flute in Turtle Rock would have been awesome. So this will be Ice Palace because we have the Sumeria to do the Icebreaker. And we do have a Fire Source and half magic, by the way. And it's a crystal.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you know, if the half magic icon is just staring me in the face on the screen, but I totally forgot that they had it. Yeah, the Ice Palace should be hopefully very quickly done here for thalane.
I believe half magic was in Kakariko. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was in Lost Woods. On the drop down, wasn't it? Yes.
That's right, yes, because they both did a tier 1 triple, found full magic to refill it, and then they immediately found half magic.
So they had half magic after finding full magic. And there's the flute you wanted to see.
Yes, thank you so much again for that commentator's blessing. I'm sure Thalane is very happy to see that flute.
So that's basically the logic. Because the flute logically behind the flippers. I believe if there's nothing in swamps, it would have been better to skip Turtle Rock, but you never know if there's something useful in it.
Yeah, if we have some sort of spoiler log for this scene, I'm sure the runners might have taken some slightly different decisions.
Of course. Yeah, that was a very nice icebreaker. Yeah, we need to appreciate that one.
Thalane, I think, certainly has run all Ninja's RMG in the past. I believe he has practiced a few icebreakers. So his practice really shows here.
So this will be interesting. Will Thalane go for the iced tea room or not? Yes. So this is the difficult bomb jump here. If you're not so safe, you could go from the other side. You could drop into iced tea and then go the easy bomb jump to the left side then. The Illus is retaking. What is this? This is the ice rod. So
that was
except
the ice
for the
rod
boots,
in Ice Palace.
the ice rod and ice palace. That sounds okay for me.
Thalane here has done an excellent job in playing this dude. Holy cow.
Yeah, the only better thing could have been to skip Turtle Rock and go immediately here, but again, maybe not. Depends on where the boots are and if you need another medallion. This is just wow.
Yeah, and knowing that, as you mentioned, the map is on Trinex himself, Thalane, there is no reason for Thalane to kind of go back up and finish Turtle Rock.
Oh, there
before
could
he needs
be.
to go fight Ganon.
Depending on the red
Turtle Rock.
crystals.
Oh, why must you bring these things up? I was in my happy little bubble of only forcing them to go up to Death Mountain once.
Just saying, it could be. I'm not saying I'm hoping to see this. I won't go so far. Yet. We're
still pretty early in the scene. Alright, meanwhile, Thalane takes down Cold Stare very well here.
As far as we know, there's nothing which now blocks us from doing both red crystals, so it could be the boots on the Pyramid Fairy, could not be, maybe, we don't know. The chances are so low, we wouldn't check. So Thalane now doing those Zora checks, pretty much isolating Catfish now. And this is another fetch quest. You like to do a fetch quest?
Certainly much nicer since he found the flutes.
I always love to have the mushroom when I don't have the powder. Oh, what was on the ledge? I believe that was nothing important.
I think it was 20 rupees. Don't hold me to it, but I certainly will agree with you that it was nothing important.
Oh god, this could be our Gomo. I mean,
Oh my
our go mode
gosh.
for us. Thalane is still missing this bow, but could be that there's nothing else needed than this bow. Where we know where it is. This seat. This, oh, wow. Giving
Can you
so much to
imagine,
Thalane for
actually?
free.
Can you imagine that if either player decided to fake flipper up the Sora early?
No. This is awesome. But you could have skipped the flippers. Wow. So this is Bonk Rocks now by Thalane.
Yeah, certainly very efficient here to do his boots checks right on the way to go activate his flute. So I think we still don't know the entry from Medallion to Bombos, so to Misery Mire. So hopefully it'll be one of the two that we have.
Yeah, if it comes out that it's Ether, that would be awesome for Thalane. If Thalane is not awaiting this this bow for too long, then I believe Thalane is not avoiding it for too long, then this would be the play for Thalane. But Illus is not so much behind. It could be that Illus on his way to Ice Palace. Seems like it. Yeah, where else would you go if you find the flippers? Oh yes, that's right. You could check Catfish. What if Catfish is a Quake?
You mean you would find a vanilla item in this location?
Why not? I mean,
yes, this
Bow
is certainly...
in Palace of Darkness and Hammer in Eastern.
Oh yes. It looks like because Thalane, it was in Kakariko, probably just wants to tie up his loose ends here and finish Skull Woods before making his way to Mire.
Yeah, that's a play. I'm not sure. I think I wouldn't have done it. Oh, that's just another shield. We don't want that. I think I would have gone to Maya to get the information if I'm in go mode or well, I'm not in go mode because of the bow. That's basically what Thalane is thinking. Because you wanna go mode Maya, and Thalane knows I don't have the bow, so I'm not in go mode. Nevertheless, what Misery Mire is, and you don't want to check full Misery Mire, better than go to Skullwoods. That's the idea.
Yeah, we could see Thalane being a bit more carefree with his movements, having the red veil.
So after finding boots on Zora, whoa, where will Illus go then? Hopefully not into Desert Palace, but again into Ice Palace.
Yeah,
I believe.
Oh no, yeah, I was going to say, you certainly have a good point, because, you know, when Thalane picked up his boots from Sora, he had already picked up his flute, so it's very natural for him to kind of make this routing choice, right? Go to Bonk locations and then go to Kakariko. But Illus is not as quite obvious.
Ha! This is now Ice Palace.
Oh, actually, is Illus giving us a new check here? I don't think I saw Thalane check Hobo.
No, again another check which is far away. Thalane didn't check Hobo, Thalane didn't check Catfish, and Thalane didn't check the back of Thiefstown. But all three checks may, I mean, maybe the Bombos is giving something, but yeah, that's totally nice of Illus to route this in. I'm not sure if that's the idea, because when Illus is... you could have done this check after Ice Palace. And Ice Palace has more checks, and yeah, Illus is going to find the flute in here, and then Illus could be in go mode. Maybe.
Yeah, we really just need to know what the entry is to Meyer here to really solidify our thoughts.
Yep, thalane no pet check, because why would you? I mean, there can be one bow on pet, but one bow must be somewhere else because Curse of Darkness is dependent.
I did not see that. Did you end up seeing that? I want to say it was Quake.
I didn't see it, no. If it's Quake, then it's a hunt. Did chat see it? Chat, we need your help. It was Quake, yes? Okay, the Quake could be literally everywhere. Except in Meyer, of course. Now there was Bombus in T-Stan. So if it's true that this is pet, this is I mean Quake, then we have another hunt.
Okay, I just took a peek at Thalane's tracker, his personal tracker, and it is marked as Quake for Meyer.
Okay, then I believe we can surely say that there is a Quake. Oh. Nice
certainly
DoorDash.
not the best entry medallion. Yes, not the best medallion that we wanted to see. At least certainly for the Thalane side, but that just means that we get more race content from both these runners.
Yeah, this might get might be interesting again. Thalane pretty much isolated some checks. It could be that Thalane is going for those checks. Which Illus did route in quite well. And there's the Ice Rod for Illus, so Illus now may think that Illus is in go mode, but Illus is not, because he needs the Quake. I believe Illus will go to Misery Maya right after activating the flute. Just to check for the medallion entry.
Meanwhile, on Thalane's side, finishing up Desert Palace here in a flash. Really nice Thalane fight.
Yeah, totally nice. It's not a very long dungeon either, but it's totally good. Without door dashes, very fast door dashes. I mean, they don't save a lot of time, but they do save a second, I think.
Yeah, a lot of what the movements and how these runners do these screens and dungeons, it's all very subtle, but it's all very well practiced as well. Like door dashes it looks so easy, but it actually does take some practice as well.
So,
go ahead.
Yeah, Illus finished Ice Palace now, is on the track, and Thalane is going for the mushroom. I was saying, actually, so it basically depends on two things. How many checks will Thalane do before finding this bow, and will Thalane find the Quake on the way? Oh, this is Thiefstar? Or the Smith Chain?
I was wondering if it's gonna be Smith Chain.
Could be Thiefstar first, I'm not sure. No, it's Smith Chain. Nice teleport, Illus. That's a very fast way to activate this flute from Ice Palace. I didn't even think about that.
The game knowledge that these two runners have is astounding. Like, it almost seems endless. But yeah, as you said, Illus has actually made quite a few out-of-the-way checks, albeit routed in very efficiently, but that is time given to thalane so long as he doesn't do those checks.
Yes, and thalane is doing other checks we didn't see. Just bombs, okay. Illus going for Skullwoods first. I don't really know why, because in Illus' eyes, Illus would think that he could be in go mode right now, depending on that 1/3 chance of being the wrong medallion, as Illus has 2 medallions. But yeah, Illus is not in go mode, and I think it's nicer to have the information first, but okay. I'm not a pro runner, so I guess this has some reasons.
I know that Illus had made some more progress and getting more, I think, items out of school. I guess I'm not sure either.
And here's another thing out of the chat. Will Illus check the patch? I believe not, but I believe Illus will regret the decision after seeing Misery Maya is not the medallion which he wanted to have. And I think we don't have any item out of Skywoods. Do we have one, maybe? Isn't there an item in the bag?
Yes. Actually, you're right. So Macula dropped the big key, which I believe there was 10 arrows, and then there was an item underneath that bridge chest and here in the back, which I think was a heart.
Thalane not having very much luck with her his checks here. Sorry, I'm getting confused by the sprites.
Alright, looks like Thalane is going to repeat one of the out-of-the-way, slightly less out-of-the-way, checks. He's gonna visit Hobo. Get his, I think, 20 rupees.
Yes, in terms of crystals, both players now have the same amount of crystals. And Desert Palace is a very fast dungeon, only needing the bag, I believe. Or did Illus even dip into it? I don't think so. And Illus thought he could do this, but nope, you can't. I mean, you had chances of 2/3, and now it's not.
Alright, looks like Thalane might be making a visit to Pendant Swamp Palace here.
Again, interesting choice. We didn't see that one from Illus. This is nuts. Wow. Thalane so isolating some checks.
Yeah, certainly from, at least from an item density perspective, given that it doesn't seem like he wants to do Pod and Eastern over there. Swamp Palace is certainly has 6 items available for grabs.
Even if you go for Palace of Darkness now, you just get the condition to finish Eastern, and that's it. I mean, maybe not. Maybe Quakes on Zasrada, but we don't know yet.
Yeah, that is certainly true.
It could everywhere. That's the cape,
yeah,
but
we were so happy. I know, yeah, I was gonna just say, we were so happy seeing that Ice Rod in Ice Palace, so thinking that, oh, we are not gonna have an Ice Rod hunt today, and instead we have a Quake Rod hunt today.
Yeah, that's last locating Quake. Maybe for Thalane it's bow. We don't know if Thalane finds the Quake on the way, or the other bow, maybe. I mean, there's 2 of them.
Yeah, certainly if he finds the other bow here in Swamp Palace, he'll be pretty happy to have silvers for Ganon. Looks like
nice.
Thalane having... go ahead.
Yeah, I just was saying about the diver down. You wanted to mention that, or?
I was actually going to, in conjunction, now that you mentioned that Thalane was going to do a diver down here, is that he has decided to do left side as well, after tipping as well.
Yeah, you don't want to do more isolating now, I believe. And Illus taking the lead of crystals. A thin lead indeed, but it's a lead. I could make a poem out of that.
Oh,
Thin lead indeed.
Certainly with the discovery of Diver Down, Left Side Swamp has been made slightly less tedious.
Ah, King's Tomb. Turning in the mushroom, not checking the mushroom spot yet. Did Illus check the bonk rocks? Ah, Illus is doing this now. Okay, Illus doing bonk rocks now, and then we'll flute back for the mushroom, I believe. Yeah, and then what?
Illus still has he has Smith Chain available to him. A lot of the checks that Thalane is doing now.
It comes down to Smith Chain. I mean, we have not that much checks left.
Yes, we still certainly do have the green pennant turn in.
Yeah, green pennant turn in. Oh no, never forget everything.
Never mind. Thalane at 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 33-ish seconds is hit go mode.
Nope.
Oh no, you're right. Ah, you are absolutely right. Forget everything I just said. He has not hit go mode. We have hit no mode as commentators.
It was quite awesome, and I didn't count the items in Swamp, but Thalane mirroring after getting the progress here, I'm not sure because he's still looking for this bow. I mean, where's the bow?
There's certainly at least one item left in Swamp. He did pull out both items in Left Side Swamp, so maybe he thinks that leaving probably 1 to 2 items is worth his time.
Really? I would have checked at least the waterfall check there. Okay, this is interesting check. However, the seed turning out to be very grateful to Thalane. Those are very grateful checks for Thalane because Thalane did route different than Illus and did find what he needed.
Yeah, Illus certainly has very much followed what Thalane has done in terms of actions, but just the fact that the order in which Thalane found things kind of made his routing, I guess, subsequent routing a little nicer.
Yeah, and looking back at the checks of Thalane, I would say Thalane is literally after Mizimaya, this will be Palace of Darkness after Mizimaya, and then this will be Eastern Palace clear, and then Terror clear, and then it's GT. So Illus must find this Quake in Swamp very fast to stand a chance.
Yeah, no, oh, and hey, looks like we are going to get a pet check from Illus.
Yeah, that's another thing Thalane didn't do. As well as this these many checks.
Did you see what Thalana pulled out of Meyer? He
No,
found
it's
the other bow.
what?
He found the other bow in Misery Mire. He is now officially in go mode. That is amazing. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, this is huge. Thalane, what is the seed doing for you?
Yes, I mean, Thalana must. I mean, I don't think I've only seen like pictures of Thalana, but I can really imagine like his brain like just like immensely growing in size for like how well he had routed the seed.
It's giving you everything, Thalane, and it's denying from Illus. Like, Illus doing so many checks, so good time, and that's like, no, you don't get the items. That's interesting. I wonder how many items the count is on the off screen. Like, how
That's
many
actually a good question.
can you do? This will turn out higher, I think. Okay, so Thalane is in go mode, will not care about skipping into, dipping into Palace of Darkness, and will not lose that much time because Thalane has the gold sword. No, has the tempered sword.
Yeah, and given that Armos, I think, was the one who dropped the gold sword, not that it'll really matter for both these runners, I guess he will have gold sword and a bow for Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, and for Ganon, Silverless with a gold sword is not that much, or with a tempered sword even, is not that much longer than doing it with Silvers. That's okay. I think that's not enough time for Illus to catch up. I mean, Illus still leading on crystals, but Misery Mire is not a short dungeon. And Illus needs to get to the back of Swamp Palace to get the Quake. That will be a long ride, I believe.
Yeah, that would probably be the hardest decision. I agree for Illus there. I mean, well...
Oh, sorry. Did you what do you want to say?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just gonna switch over to Thalana's side and saying that I think he started with Spooky. He probably missed a shot but had a very nice recovery.
Yes, and it seems like Illus turning in that chest and then going to Swamp Palace. I think that's not a bad routing again. Thalane just finishing Misery Mire. So they have even crystals, but, and we get the sound for Thalane as long as Thalane is not getting this heartbeats.
I'm certainly hoping we won't have to hear the double heartbeats on Thalana's side, given that he has 15 hearts in red mail.
So I hope Illus is not going left side, but that are low chances. I mean, okay, it's 50-50, I believe.
Yeah, I think it probably depends on what he is looking for, because some runners, clear Swamp Palace the quote-unquote normal way, or the one way is to clear, skip left side first and see how many items are left and then go back, depending on. But if you're playing full playing Swamp to begin with, it's just faster to left side.
And not so much faster, I heard.
Yes, correct, especially with Diver Down.
Let's see. Did you see what was on pad? I saw it. It was.
Oh, it was the other king.
Yeah. The other invincible item.
To answer a question in chat, Thalane, this seed will not be granted silver arrows despite his amazing routing so far. The other bow was in the Palace of Darkness, which is a pendant, and there is practically zero chance he's going to go in and find them there.
Where was the big key in Mizimaya?
It was in the... I could see it in my head. The room that you come in that's south of the spike room.
Sorry, where was it?
Sorry, it's in the room that's that has a shooter in there, and it's the one room south of the room with all the spikes.
I see.
The key in the spike chip.
So no Godmire, okay. So Illus will probably see that bow. That's a very, very nice fast armors. Here's your reward. That's the 6th crystal for Thalane. Now just needs to go ahead and finish Trinex. This is a long ride into that dungeon, but it's well, both players have to do it, so you can now fully say that Thalane is leading. And this is the grape for Illus, and Illus needs to go to Mizimaya first. Illus now in go mode 2. Didn't do the left side, I believe, and that's nice.
Yes, you are correct. Illus did not do left side swamp, so it'll be a little bit time game for him over Thalane.
Yeah, funny enough, it doesn't look like it's enough time, because that's a whole Mizimaya Illus is lagging behind. I mean, Illus needn't to pick up that bow, but the bow is not... Well, I mean, it's not a lot of time save.
Right. Yeah, as you mentioned, I think, though, like, for the Mizimaya... For the Meyer key routing, or the search for the big key, he will most likely happen upon those arrows before he finds the big key.
Yeah, I think so too. So Thalane can skip the exits of Turtle Rock now. So we not see any exit.
Yeah, and as you said before, like something like an hour ago or 45 minutes ago, is that, you know, if both runners could have the prescience of knowing that the flippers were required just for, or at least just for Ice Palace, in order to get the Ice Rod out, they could have saved the trip here, I think. Oh no, but they also needed for Swamp to give Quake.
Yes, so the flippers were mandatory.
So yes, this is a double dip of Turtle Rock, you're right.
Yeah, we had mandatory flippers and a double dip of Turtle Rock. A double dip of Turtle Rock is not what you want, especially if you need to go to Laser Bridge on the first run. But it's better than a triple dip Turtle Rock.
I will absolutely agree with you there.
I think everyone has seen a triple dip on Turtle Rock. If you didn't see one, feel lucky.
Let's about to pick up his silvers here.
Yep. Hopefully we'll skip this cutscene chest here. Yep. I can't imagine the silvers sparing so much time. I mean, it's not very far. It's not faster on Vitreous because of the sword, and it's not faster in GT, or at least not much. It's a little faster, but not much.
Yeah, and certainly
And
depending
that's
on.
it, basically.
Yeah, I think certainly depending on the runner. I've certainly seen some players turn off silver arrows just because of the lag they generate, and they just much rather spend the extra arrow or two trying to kill enemies. Thalane using really nice backdoor strats here against Trinex.
A zero cycle? Yes, zero cycle Trinex, very well executed. Oh, and that was fast too. Gold Sword is handy here. And there's the map. And now we are gonna play a game. Are we? Not sure.
Oh yes, let's. I've actually never started anything on SG. But yeah, certainly we can take an informal guessing game if nothing else. There are there are 22 total locations where the GT Big Key can be in Van's Tower. Feel free to put the number in chat for where you think thalane will end up finding the Big Key.
Yeah, you can't guess specific locations.
Fortunately,
let's put in the numbers. Faster! Your numbers!
Yeah. And meanwhile, Illus taking down Vitreous with his silver arrows as opposed to Thalane's sword slashes. Or sword spins. Very, very fast fight there by Illus. And with that, he is also ready to scale the mountain. Oh, yes.
Sorry for closing in the game.
Oh, no worries at all.
He entered. Okay, so Illus heading for Turtle Rock now. As thalane is in the tire room, skipping it, of course. The seat was so nice to thalane, why wouldn't be the GT nice?
And this is, assuming Illus takes his normal route, this is going to be a bit of a divergence for Illus as well. Where I think Illus does Dark Magician Room first.
Again, that time save probably not enough.
Yeah, certainly we are still looking to see where that GT Big Key is.
Even if you save time by it, we don't know. So this was the 6th chest check. Now a mirror, and we're gonna see what's on the torch. That's a key, nice to have. And Illus entering Turtle Rock now. This, yeah, well.
Yeah, kind of evading muscle memory there by picking up the right pot and putting the bomb as opposed to the magic.
And this was the 11th chest. The swag net was there, and we have the other shields, so we know where all our shields are. One was on Catfish, by the way. Not picked up. Okay, so regardless what route you take, both runners will have the same amount of time spending here, I guess. Unless, of course, Illus is going full left or full right, but I guess that's not what you do. Would be surprising.
Yeah, I would certainly be quite surprised if he ends up taking a divergent GT routing than what he normally does.
Oh, thalane killed Bob, yes.
I mean,
Will not see Bob.
Use that. Yeah, you gotta put that gold sword to use, right? Is that our second bottle?
Wow. I believe it's the third.
Oh, it's the third bottle? Okay.
Not sure. I lost count.
The only one that I really remember was the one that we picked up in Dark Cross and then we turned it in for Sick Kid.
I mean, I lost count on the checks. I believe this is check number 19? 18. 19. 19. This is 19 now. No, it's 18. I got it. It's 18 because of tire room.
Yeah, that one was 18.
Okay, I think the tracker's right, so we just have 3 bottles now. Because of Bob's chest. That's a fairy, even a fairy, and I think the other one was a blue goo. So there's no chance of Thalane dying, even though there was none. And I believe that's check number 20. You agree? 20?
Yes, yes, I agree. It's 20 because he had the last check in there in that room, and then just a tile room left.
Let's see. That's. Could you pronounce the name?
Laconic shock, laconic shock. Is that right?
Yeah, he guessed 18 and it was 20, so that was our nearest guess. And scores 13 points and a lot of honor. Congratulations.
Thalane making incredibly efficient use of his arrow counts there, and with exactly 0 after the Mimic rooms. And Illus is going to make his own GT Big Key hunt here, as Thalane is going to climb GT Gauntlet.
I believe if you're not going to see some Ganon's faults or more than 2 faults, then it's pretty much over. And I'm not expecting to see those. Here you see your Dark Magician strats. It's usually called Dark Magicians. I believe if you go left side first to the Star Wars room, mirror out, go the right side, and then end up being angry at yourself while you mirrored and go the left side again or something, or just proceed right side, but I guess you don't proceed right side. It actually, this time it would be a time safe if Illus would do that, but what are the chances?
Thalane tearing through GT Gauntlet here with his King of Samaria gold sword.
Let alone magic.
Yeah, it looks like he will have just enough in this room to use the lamp to pick up the 1 magic refill in the next room, and then not have to pick up the magic refill in the room after.
Or you could do the... okay, picking up. I love doing this room here only with a lamp.
It's quite surprising. I was not expecting to be able to light all 4 torches with the lamp after the tiles stopped falling.
Oh well, when the tiles are falling, that's pretty hard, but there's enough time to do it with a lamp, and yeah. There's just the key. I wonder why Thalane did open that.
So my guess is if it's probably fast enough check to see if we can find silvers here.
Yeah, probably.
You know, otherwise he has Butter Sword, he has half magic, he has red mail. I mean, I don't even think mail's gonna be a consideration for him, but I can't imagine what else he would want.
Yeah, probably. And yeah, that was a very nice Moldum 2 execution. A miss on the first try, on the first charge, but again, still very, very fast. And now we see the pattern of Aghanim 2. Not that nice. Oh, Seed, what are you doing?
Last one. That's I don't ever see if I've seen a shot like that despawn.
Oh, you often see that if you hit him in the wrong moment. And that's Aghanim 2. Very good. Now you say.
Oh no! I was gonna say it was not the best of starts, but certainly finished very strong.
Indeed. So this is how you call that? Geometric lesson or something?
A geometry, yes.
Yeah, geometry.
I think some people call it agonometry.
I wonder what that comes from. Yeah, very, very, very good use of those dash strats. They are a lot harder than it looks like.
Everything that thalane does is a lot harder than it looks like.
Especially those dash strats are hard. At this rate, yeah, thalane just now got spoiled where the other bow was like, why are you not picking up my bow? I wanted to give you first. Yeah, I guess that's it. I think that's it now. Yeah, but Illus is going to climb. By the way, Illus had a very fast icy armors because of the silvers. Thalane had to do more work into that. So, as soon as thalane crosses the bridge, that's GG, folks. Get your GGs ready to take off. GGs. Thalane finishes first with an official time of... Hang on. Of 1 hour, 37 minutes and 30 seconds. 13 seconds, just like in the restream here.
GG's to thalane, ran such a great race, made some amazing decisions to get to where he did and secure his very well-deserved win.
Yep, this was very interesting routed and it turned out to be super cool.
Yeah, excellent routing, excellent execution on thalane's side. I'm not even sure if I saw any hiccups on his side.
Thalane just pointed out that the Quake was a weird decision. Okay.
Yeah, so we see Illus also doing some of the most satisfying runes here in GT with the King of Samaria with a Butter Sword and Silvers. He will certainly have a faster time finding Cannon.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't save a lot of time. It always feels very much, but that's only because I'm not so good. I mean, did you see the execution of thalane?
You are just not as experienced, perhaps, as these guys are.
Sprint shoe for sale at Zora's. Yeah, this was totally unexpected. I believe some viewer told us that this king of scams is actually not gonna scam because every other one is here scamming around. And it turned out to be right. Illus not picking up those chests. I mean, why would you? Searching for the fourth bottle.
Yes.
Is this a hover X? Yeah, this could be a hover attempt. I mean, Illus knows thalane did finish and Illus hovers it. Yeah, I know Illus can hover. Respect. I mean, the hookshot was required anyway because of Swamp.
Yeah, in these types of seas, even though the runners can hover, it's always required because of that because of number 2. Illus is just
can
giving us a
all
treat
three.
for like, showing off its abilities.
Yeah, similar Desporon. But a little faster, one phase earlier. Just Harbor Swamp, yeah, why not? I mean, no. And the blue bat sleeps again, and Illus just now approaching to Ganon in any second. With 15 silver arrows, so that's enough.
Yeah, 15 silver arrows, butter sword, half magic,
And
blue
full magic
potion,
for
fairy.
Yeah, dash strats too. Try it yourself, folks. That's hard. No, it was a
very
blue
often.
cane on pad to answer the chat. Sorry.
Oh no! I was just gonna follow up on what you said about how difficult those dash thrusts are. What us as viewers see currently is the result of hours and hours of practice that these runners have put in. They make it look so easy because they've done this so many times. Alright, I think that was the first silver arrow.
Yeah. Unlucky, only the last time would have been more than one shot. But again, get your GGs ready for Illus, finishing second any moment. Yes. And Illus did finish. Official time of 1 hour 42 seconds, minutes and 45 seconds, just as here on the restream. And they had many thoughts on the Hex chat, on the SRL chat. I mean, in German, I could translate some. If you want, I mean, GGs for Illus and thalane, both runners epic. Illus did ask if thalane had the bombos. And of course, he didn't, and yeah. And thalane was like, yeah, I thought you would go into TT because I wanted to skip it.
Oh, we are, speaking of which, we are joined by thalane. GG's thalane on a very well-routed and very well-executed race.
Hello, thank you, GG's.
GG's.
Yeah, they went pretty okay, I would say. Not too good, not too bad. That's kind of like the average seed, I would say, so that was pretty cool.
Oh no, it was epic routing of you. You isolated some checks and still, wow, routed them very early, finding the second bow.
I mean, it could have gone the other way too. I just said it in the German interview, right? Because Illus, I think, found the bow in pod and bombos in Back of Thieves, and I didn't, so it could have gone the other way around, but this time I was lucky, yesterday he was lucky, so I guess that's just randomizer for you. But yeah, we'll see. There's still like 3 games, or, right? Yeah, 2 or 3, I guess.
Yes, indeed. So I watched. Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
Oh no! Oh no, I was just gonna ask. So like, what made you not clear Pen and Thieves Town this time around?
Basically the same way I did it yesterday. So there was like 2 items in the front, and 2 items is always like a 50-50, I guess, for me. And this time there was like so much other things available. Like Death Mountain just opened up, so I was like, okay, why would I clear Pen and Thieves when there's like all of the mountain available right now? So it just didn't make any sense. And I could have also like come back fairly quickly because I just found the gloves. So the Dark World portal is right there, so I can just like hop back in and still clear it if I feel like I want to.
And you skipped Palace of Darkness for a long time, although it had many checks in it.
I mean, what is it? 5 items, I think, right? So,
yeah.
Hold on.
I felt like it was very fast checks, and you didn't. Why?
Because I didn't have a bow, I also didn't have a potion, and like just to go there and be like, okay, it's bow locked, and then bail out again. I don't know, it just doesn't feel worth the trip when there's like 5 other things available.
Okay, so basically the main difference. Did they told you what the main difference between you two were? I mean,
not sure what the main difference is. They like all I know is that he went Aga very early, and then he found his bow import like right after that, I think, and then cleared Eastern, and then went from there.
Yeah, that's the idea, because he didn't go to Eastern first, so to Zasrala, and he didn't find his pearl and the hammer. So after doing Eganim, he was releasing the bee and taking a potion, and then going to get his pearl, and then do a search in Palace of Darkness, which is totally, I think, what you want to do if you don't have a hammer and a hookshot. And you had the hammer and the hookshot, and yeah, then of course you can go other ways.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think, I don't know.
I think that was the main difference why you routed so different in the beginning.
I mean, it didn't. I mean, as I said in the German interview as well, I think if I play the seed like another 5 times, I would do probably mostly the same. And yeah, so I don't know what I would do different to like end up in pod. I don't think there's like ever a scenario where I would go into pod in this seed. So.
Did you give any consideration to doing Thick Flipper and doing like the flipper checks early at all?
Nah. Like, if I don't have the Moon Pearl, I generally like never do them, or very rarely, I guess, unless I feel like, hey, let's just check Zora for funsies. But again, I like yesterday, I tried to do some variety strats and it didn't work out. So today I like stuck to my main plan, I guess, that I always do, and worked a little bit better. And if I have Moon Pearl, I guess I do it most of the time. At least check like Waterfall Ferry. Not sure about Hobo, because Hobo always feels like weird to route in, because you're like, it's just like that one check that's kind of out of the way, but then again, you kind of want to check it, because this happens so many times, right? You skip it, you never come back because it's that one check, and then there's something there. But yeah, in general,
same as with Catfish.
Yeah, exactly. Like this time around, there was like no way I would have checked Catfish anytime soon, I guess, because it was just never a good time for me to go there, because gloves were like in Thieves and you like go hookshot around, right? And also didn't have boots for the longest time, so no, not sure why I would like walk all the way over there for one check and then it's nothing. Not good.
Yeah, so were you worried at all then this time around that Illus was going to do some of these things, and then because Zora ended up having the boost this time, and you know, I think both of you ended up getting it pretty late, but were you worried at all when you picked up those boosts?
Not really. I thought it was kind of an okay time. I could have probably gotten them a little bit earlier, maybe like before Ice Palace or something. But then again, I thought this was like probably around the same time he also got them. Maybe like 5 to 10 minutes earlier or later, not exactly sure. But what I think, or I was pretty sure that Illus was gonna do Back of Thieves Town just because we had that conversation yesterday. And I think he maybe tries to do stuff that I don't do and like try to get an edge with it. I'm not entirely sure, but maybe that's his game plan. So I figured if there's something in Back of Thieves, I probably lose. Not sure about Pod, if he's like going there or not. But Back of Thieves Town, I knew I was like done when there's something important.
Yeah, it was totally. The seat was nice to you, like, oh no, you don't need that bombos, neither for Ice Palace nor for any entrance. Yeah, that's randomizer.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I went the other way around, right? Because I was looking for Kane for like half an hour or something, and then like he had it 5 minutes into the seed. This time was kind of the other way around, not quite exactly that way, but I guess I was more lucky. Let's see how the next time goes.
Yeah. Any thoughts about Game 3?
No, not really. I said it yesterday. I don't mind losing to Illus because I'm gonna like go to the event anyway, so it would just be like a nice bonus. Yeah, so no hard feels if I lose, and Illus is a good player, so there's no shame. As you can see, like similar collection rate and all that. Time was kind of close, I guess. So there's like, I just go there, try to have fun, try to play the seed as good as I can, and that's about it.
I mean, you certainly played and brought it very well today. Always a pleasure watching you. So thank you for racing.
Yeah, thank you guys for commentating, and I mean the tracker doesn't listen, I think, because he's in the German restream, right? But thanks for tracking, and everyone in chat for watching, and hope you guys tune in on Wednesday.
Yeah, Game 3 should be quite exciting. I mean, both the games have been very fun to watch, so certainly I don't expect any different from Game 3. Good luck.
Yeah, basically we're up to 0 again.
Yeah, it's basically like any other match in this tournament. So I think this is quite cool to just like reset the match, I guess, and go from 0 again. It's always not the nicest feel to be behind, and yeah, made it even today.
Went to jump Illus.
Hey.
GG's Illus.
GG's, Illus.
Yeah, GG.
GG's Illus.
That was unfortunate, man.
You're pretty unlucky, I would say.
Definitely. It happens. Like after I heard what happened in the seat, I'm pretty sad.
But you did route awesome. Like many, like all the checks. You didn't leave one check behind, and rather that very efficient, I would say. Like Catfish, huh? And Thieves Town,
Yeah.
of course. I mean, the bombos could have been useful for Ice Palace, maybe, or
yeah,
for
or maybe
the entrance.
from Meyer. Yeah. In the end, it was a real bait, though. I had 2 out of 3 medallions, so I, for example, go modded Skullwoods only to come back for it looking for Quake. Yeah, it could have been better. I think it had been, if it had been Ether Bombos, it would have looked a lot better for me. But yeah, such things happen.
Yeah, so... But both of you dipped into Turtle Rock, like taking the hint from the game. Like, here's your Turtle Rock access, by the way, here's your cane, and you need a fire rod, here's it. And like, yeah, okay, now let's go to Turtle Rock, because I'm already
Yeah.
on Death Mountain.
You're there already. It's a big item cave basically, and you don't lose all that much time by double dipping Turtle Rock really. If you're in that position, and like you're there already, right? So you just finish Turtle Rock and then we go to GT and stuff towards the end of the seed. I mean, there was this consideration with Pyramid Ferry, but I thought in the end it's probably Swamp. And it was. I felt good about most of my routing, and like early to mid game, I think I did very well. So I was a bit in a false sense of security, did some slower checks, some careful checks, like boots checks, Smith chain, went back to Skullwoods, and yeah, I should have just gone to Swamp Palace in that case, probably.
Yeah, you
So-
could. Oh, sorry, you go.
Oh no, I was actually have a different question. So Illus, how do you feel any differently now about Pendant Pod?
No.
Of course not. I mean, I was gonna to say, like, Illus had all the chances. Like, the early bow, I mean, that could have been something thalane could have missed somehow and turn out, where is the bow? But I guess Birth of Darkness, that's where you want to search if you have everything else. And yeah, but that could be something, or the bombos could have been something. Like, I thought you were leading at first, and then turns out, no, you don't need any checks. Illus did.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I
No, you
thought I
don't
was
need that
leading
bow.
too.
You don't need that bow, Palace of Darkness. Nope, you don't need that bombos. Nope, you don't need to go to Catfish. Nope, you
Catfish-
don't need that.
Catfish was a small check and convenient to route in with this Aura area. I think that's not the biggest deal breaker.
Yeah, efficient routing, but look at your collection rate. 5 higher than the collection rate of thalane, although thalane did search at least 2 checks, 2 chests in GT, I believe, for the silvers, and yeah, you just did very lots of checks, very efficient.
I don't know. I still only have 5 more collection rate, and I'm 5 minutes slower. It hasn't been that much better, it seems.
Yeah, unfortunate. But again, both pretty good. Pretty good play here.
Yeah, any thoughts about Game 3, Illus?
Sorry about what?
Any thoughts about Game 3?
Game 3, well, we scheduled Game 3 for Wednesday, and I don't know. We're both the types of players who I think are kind of flexible in our routing and can make proper decisions, have good execution, and anyone can win this. I obviously hope that I do win this, but who knows what's gonna happen. I will try my best. I will play in a way that I won't feel ashamed, and yeah, I will do my best.
I mean, that's really anyone can ever ask for. You know, so like Game 1 and Game 2 certainly have been quite exciting to watch. I certainly don't expect any different from you guys in Game 3.
Yeah, I mean it's the finals of the German SG qualifier, and I think the German community overall is really, really strong. We've made it past some very strong opponents, both of us.
Yeah,
So,
I definitely agree with that. I think the German community is probably like one of the strongest like sub communities. That's super insane how good everyone is.
There is quite a bit of talent. I definitely agree.
Yeah, so just to
For me.
just to be able to play in the finals, it's like you just don't expect it, and then that's all you can ask for, really.
And this is also like really, you guys can expect really good play from us, and it's gonna
Uh-oh.
be very, very cool to play to play against someone like thalane, who's obviously super
Illus
strong.
spreading way too high expectations now.
Just look at the chat. Tanvir, Kato. I want to take the opportunity to greet Lemmy Lemzwerg. He did track this one. Very good work.
Yeah, thank you Thank you for the tracking. Also, thanks for the German commentators again. And you guys, obviously.
Thanks for both of the restreams. That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, at least from my perspective, it was very much a pleasure to be able to commentate for you guys.
At mine. Yeah, and I want to thank you too, Clear Mouse, for commentating with me, helping me out for everything, like doing the intro and stuff, and watching this bow in Maya for me.
I know, it's very much a pleasure. It was a lot of fun to commentate with the Third X. And thalane, if you watch this back, and if I butchered the pronunciation at all, yes, I apologize in advance. I had a 2-minute crash course here from the Third X to try to pronounce your name in the German way.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind. You can just say it however you want. It's been butchered like a million times already, so that's that.
I would prefer not to be a million and the first person. So hopefully, if there is a pronunciation version that you would like, I'm certainly happy to learn it.
No, it's whatever. I don't really care.
I think she did a great job.
I mean, I've heard weird pronunciations of my name, but most people do it right.
Try it.
Me?
Oh, Clear Mouse.
Illus?
Ha!
Illus?
That's nearly right, Illus. Okay, so let's get back to topic. Anything, any final thoughts about the seat or about your future meetups?
So I just thought I don't really have any thoughts. I just hope we can get some good games in and people have fun watching, and whoever wins, I guess. So yeah, good luck to you, Illus.
Yeah, good luck to you as well, thalane. I said most of my part just before, I think.
Yeah, thanks again to both of you for putting on such an excellent race. I was certainly very happy to be able to commentate for this race with the Third X. I think sounds like we're going to wrap things up here. Thank you so much to Speed Gaming for letting us restream this great race. Thank you again to Third X for being my awesome co-commentator and helping me out with all this German pronunciation. And thank you to Lemmy for tracking. Yeah, sounds like these guys have Game 3 scheduled for Wednesday at 1:15 Eastern. So I will leave the final thoughts to you, Third X.
Yeah, I want to thank you too for being the awesome commentator here. And yeah, I want to thank you, Lemmy Linkzwerg and Thale. Lemmy for tracking and Thale for getting up the stream, as well as the English. I think that's mind of me, yes. And yeah, thank you both for that intense race with a lot of different routings from you both. Like we saw very much of the world of Hyrule, and it was really an interesting race because of that turnaround with Quake being needed and everything else. That's what we like to see. So I just want to say goodbye. And
Oh yeah, no.
see you on Wednesday.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for watching these two great racers put on a really great show for us. And wherever you guys are, have a wonderful evening in Germany. Have a wonderful afternoon here in the United States. And see you guys on Wednesday.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.